'Tis the penultimate game of the 2014 season, and the Met players are out to sign autographs on Fan Appreciation Weekend. Mets playing tribute to all of their great fans. Is it a big deal to get an autograph from one of your heroes? Yeah. At Citi Field in New York, the New York Mets play the Houston Astros. And a pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome to Citi Field. Gary Cohen, Keith Hernandez with you tonight as the Mets play the middle game of their final series of the year against the Astros. The Mets and Astros are both going through their 6th consecutive losing season. Both appear to be on the rise, though, and hope to be playing meaningful games this time next year. Now, as far as the Mets are concerned, they know they need for David Wright and Curtis Granderson to have better seasons next year. They might go out and make some trades or free agent signings. But among the players who are here right now, what has to happen for this team to be where it wants to be next year at this time?
Well, I think any team that's in a rebuilding mode and they're bringing up their young players, their young players are the ones that have to step up and improve every year. So we'll start out with Lucas Duda. Obviously had a big breakout year here, the 28 home runs, 86 RBIs. Love to see Lucas. I don't care about the home runs. I think he's going to hit 25, not even trying on a course of a season, but he's got to get more productive. I mean, 86 is fine, 90 to 100 RBIs. That's a tall order. Then you go to d'Arnaud. d'Arnaud is another young man that is going to be very critical for this club to take that step forward. I think he has potential to be the third hitter at this ball club and be a 300 hitter. I'd like to see him hit 300 next year and drive in 80 runs. That would be wonderful. And then the final component, I think, is so critical with another guy that's made big leaps and jumps this year, and that's Juan Lagares. And he seems to have moved seamlessly into the leadoff role, and they forced him to steal bases, and he's been very successful. I would like to see Juan. He's hitting 281 this year. I'll take that from Juan. Anything above that is wonderful. That's, another cherry on top of the cake. But he's got to steal 25 to 30 bases. I want to see more speed at the top of the order. Lagares provides that.
We're in an era of diminished offense right now, and the Mets are actually in the middle of the pack in the National League in runs scored. So it feels as though what you're saying is they're not all that far away.
I feel that this is the most optimistic I've been on this team in 6 years as far as looking forward. Number one, the pitching is solid. And that's critical. You rather have a team with good pitching. It's all about getting the lineup in order now. So we'll see what happens. But I love these 3 young players making their moves up.
And the Mets will try and work toward the end of this season on a positive note as the season starts to reach its sunset. Mets and Astros coming up on SNY. Brought to you by Hyundai. Hyundai leaves the rest wanting. Find out why by visiting buyhyundai.com today. By Citi. Citi cards can get you in on the action and closer to the game with access to special benefits at Citi Field this season. Visit Mets.com/Citi to learn more. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit Geico.com for a free rate quote. And by Pepsi. For more of MLB's most thrilling moments, check out MLB.com/Pepsi. Get to Citi Field for Fan Appreciation Weekend. The Mets take on the Astros tomorrow at 1:10. The first 20,000 fans will receive a Casey Stengel bobblehead courtesy of SNY and WOR. And all fans will receive a 2015 magnetic schedule presented by Hyundai. For tickets, visit Mets.com/tickets. Rafael Montero will take the spot of Jacob deGrom for this final go-round.
Well, he's had, after his first win back on September 10th against Colorado, it was a 5 1/3 inning scoreless performance. He's had one inning of relief since then, and that was his only appearance. So off to the 0-3 start. He's looking to go from 1-3 to 2-3.
And Samuel DeDuno, a well-traveled 31-year-old right-hander, will make his first start for the Astros.
Well, they picked him up on waivers from the Twinkies. That's the Twins, folks. It's baseball terminology. He did not have too good of a year. 4 relief appearances for the Astros. This is his first start for them.
No longer Twinkie the Kid. Mets and Astros in the big town. Time running out. First pitch coming up. And Castro, who didn't start last night, is in there. So is Marwin Gonzalez, otherwise the same unit. Jose Altuve sitting on 223 hits, trying to become the first Astro ever to win a batting title.
It looks like he's going to be on his way with that 1-for-4 last night. That keeps the Wolves from beating down your door. And there's Rafael Montero. We told you in the open, the 0-3 start. Last start back on September 10th. Got his first win against Colorado. Looking for his second. And we'll take a look at your Metsy Lexus defense. And Neuenhuis is ill, still has some symptoms. So we got Young in left field. And this infield has been pretty stable right now. Every day infield with Tejada and Flores at the Keystone up the middle. And Recker, of course, with d'Arnaud on the shelf with the bone spur, singular, folks. Recker will be doing the catching.
Travis will have surgery next week to remove that bone spur. Shouldn't be too much of a rehab. Should be ready to get going long before spring training begins. But he is one of many Mets who have been shut down early, including Jacob deGrom, who was to have made the start tonight had the Mets decided to give him one more. But deGrom's season is over. However, deGrom's ERA suffered today. A scoring decision from a game in early September gave him another earned run, so his ERA now officially is 2.69. And that's what he'll take into the Rookie of the Year balloting.
Didn't he earlier get a rule change on was in his favor?
Yep.
Yes.
So he's actually one for two in that area.
You know what? In this game, it always evens out.
That's what they say, but is that really true?
No, it's not. Not when you're good.
Robbie Grossman will lead things off for the Astros. Grossman 1 for 4 last night. Grossman, Altuve, and Carter for the Astros, who won their 70th game last night, which may not sound like much, but from where the Astros have been, it was nirvana. And the first pitch of the night for Montero is in for a strike, and we're underway. Rafael Montero has been a bit of an enigma this year, in that his history in his minor league career was always that he was the ultimate strike thrower. In his minor league career before this season, he averaged 1.7 walks per 9 innings. Grossman rolls one out to shortstop. Tejada makes the play. 1 out. At the minor league level this year, Montero's walks went up from that 1.7 to 3.8 walks per 9 innings, and in his big league games all the way up to 4.8 walks per 9 innings. And you wonder, is that a result of pitching in Vegas and maybe being concerned about the conditions there, coming to the big leagues, being a little more tentative here, or is it just an aberration?
I think there's a perfectly logical reason for it. As you look at Jose Altuve step into the batter's box, he is going to win the batting crown. 2 games left. I think he's got it pretty locked. Congratulations. He's going to wear the crown when the leaves turn brown.
6 points up on Victor Martinez for the lead going into these final 2 days.
Getting back to Montero, we always heard, Gary, going 4 years back when he was an A-ball. Great changeup. Well, you're facing A-ball hitters and then AA hitters. You're moving up the food chain. The hitters get a little more experienced. If you have a good changeup in A-ball, in particular, rookie A-ball, you're going to get those young hitters out with the changeup. As you get a little more up in the AA, AAA, the hitters get a little more experienced. He has to make the adjustment. That's why I think his walks have gone up.
1-1 to Altuve. And he fouls back the fastball 1-2. It seemed when Rafael first came up and he made his debut against the Yankees here in May, he was constantly 2-0, which is not the guy that we expected to see.
I was surprised to see him throw his fastball a lot. Remember, the first couple games he threw a lot of fastballs, and I was saying, okay, he's supposed to have this great changeup. I just think he was just geared up his first couple starts, nervous. I mean, he's got a decent fastball. So, when you got a sinking changeup, you can throw it in the dirt, and the young hitters are going to swing at it. And it's a strike instead of a ball. AA, AAA hitters are going to take it, particularly the major league hitters. Now, instead of being 1-2, you're 2-1, 2-0.
2-2 to Altuve with 1 out and nobody on. And he runs the fastball inside 3-2. The challenge for Montero in this game is that he hasn't pitched in a game in 11 days, and that was just 1 inning in relief. He hasn't made a start in 17 days since he got that first big league win against Colorado on the 10th of September. So rust might be a factor tonight. But trying to leave a positive impression. The guy is going to be fighting for a job in spring training. 3-2. Altuve pulls one foul.
Notice that Altuve really is way off the plate. Remember, this young man was 24 years old. He's 5'5", 173 pounds. Not a big guy. Stands way off the plate, slightly open, but watch him stride. He's not that far off the plate, but he's decent way off the plate. Slightly open, but watch him stride in. Really strides in.
Pops it up, and Duda is there to grab it. 2 out. Looked last night like Altuve was even further away from the plate.
Yes.
Could have inched up a little bit tonight.
He looks a little closer to the plate, but that's, you know, good distance off. Watch his stride, not so pronounced as it was last night also. So I think when he goes to right field, he really steps more towards first base. When he's looking away, he got a base hit. His only base hit last night was an RBI single to right field.
Here's Chris Carter, the big slugging first baseman. He fouls one back. Carter 37 home runs, second to Nelson Cruz in the American League. By the way, on Altuve, he has said definitively no matter what the situation is going into the final day as far as the batting race, he's going to play.
Good for him.
Said I'm going to win it or lose it on the field.
Good. He won't pull himself out of the game like someone we know.
Don't know what you could be referring to. And Tom Lawless, the Astros interim skipper, said there's no way I can take him out.
No, you want to earn it. Chris Carter is right there. I mean, what a season. Hit 290 last year, his first full season in the big leagues. And this year went over 50 stolen bases, 56 on the year. Just a fabulous season.
Carter down on strikes. Montero negotiates a 1-2-3 first inning. Ground out, pop up, strikeout. Good start for Montero. Mets come to bat, no score. At the top tonight, Eric Young hitting second for the first time this year, giving the Mets the two speed guys, Dendecker and Young, at the top. And take advantage of Young's bunting ability as well. Recker gets another start behind the plate with d'Arnaud shut down for the season. And the Mets will face 31-year-old Samuel DeDuno for the first time.
Well, he had a rough time in Minnesota. He had 30 appearances, 8 starts. ERA 4.66, 2-6. Too many walks. Also on top of those walks, in 95+ innings, is 10 hit batsmen.
Dendecker leads off. He's been swinging the bat very well coming down the stretch of the season. Matt has his season on base percentage up to 341 now. It was under 300 when he came back from the minor leagues the last time. So he has really finished with a rush. This is the 11th time he's hitting leadoff, and he's done a nice job with it. Well, a lot of people's assumption is that Juan Lagares next year is going to be the Mets leadoff hitter, but I don't think that's a settled issue.
Right. Well, Juan hits in the 2-hole.
I don't know. I would want Juan at the top of the order somewhere. 1, 2. I like speed at the top, and Dendecker brings that. We saw that. Well, I didn't see the game, but I was watching on TV in Washington when the Mets got runs purely on their base speed.
With Young and Dendecker.
Correct. Now this guy's going to be all over the place. I can see that.
They do know this year has averaged 4.2 walks per 9 innings. He was with Minnesota. The Astros got him on waivers at the end of August. His last start was June the 14th in Detroit for the Twins. Gave up 7 runs in 2 2/3. They moved him to the bullpen after that. There's a strike, 3 and 2, and then let him go. He's made 4 relief outings as an Astro, and now his first start for Houston. Originally signed by Colorado back in 03, pitched a bit for the Rockies, a bit for the Padres, went to Minnesota, and now his 4th stop. Dendecker pulls one down to first, and Carter handles it for the first out.
And we'll take a look at the Houston Astros Coors Light defense. Dexter Fowler, the well-traveled Dexter Fowler, in center field. Altuve, of course, Carter, Dominguez, Gonzalez, you folks know those guys, and Jason Castro behind the plate.
So 1 out and nobody on. Now Eric Young. I was looking at Eric's career numbers, and obviously he said leadoff more than anything else, and the Mets have used him as a 9-hitter. But going all the way back to his days with the Rockies, this is only the 6th time in his career he's batted second. You would have figured he would have done that a handful of times along the way. First time this year he's hit second. And what Terry Collins said, and it makes a lot of sense, is Eric not only has a lot of speed and can steal bases, but he's also a terrific bunter, and you like to have that in the 2-hole as well.
It used to be the time when your 2-hitter was your best hit and run guy, but the hit and run is a thing of the past.
And EY showing bunt. That missed somewhere, and it's 1-1. Do you remember the year that Jimmy Leland had Jay Bell hitting second?
Yes.
The Pirates, and he had, I think, 38 sacrifice bunts. He would bunt in the first inning when the leadoff guy got on.
Well, when I came up with the Cardinals in '74 and in '75, Lou Brock led off, would steal second. Ted Sizemore hit second. He was a great hit and run guy, great bunter. He would bunt Lou to third. Reggie Smith hitting third. All you had to do was put the ball in play. It was 1-0.
It's like the '65 Dodgers.
I wanted to play hit third in that lineup. Reggie drove in over 100 runs that year.
'65 Dodgers, of course, had the great pitching with Koufax and Drysdale, and they had Maury Wills at the top, and Maury would get on, steal second. Junior Gilliam would bunt it to third.
Yep.
Someone hit a sac fly, and that was the only run they needed.
Well, it was Tommy Davis, and Tommy Davis was one of the finest hitters, folks. He's a Brooklyn kid. Tommy was a great guy, great right-hand hitter, one of the few rare, I shouldn't say rare, but right-hand hitters that hit third. What a great hitter he was. Then you had Frank Howard hit fourth, Big Hondo, and then you had Ron Fairley. I remember those lineups.
Lou Johnson.
Sweet Lou hit sixth. You're right.
Lou Johnson was the guy in the Koufax perfect game against the Cubs when Bob Henley pitched a 1-hitter. Lou Johnson had the only hit in the game.
Right, and then you had Lefevre played second. No, Lefevre played somewhere third. Strike 3 right there on a breaking ball.
And Castro makes the tosses. Young refused to be tagged, and that's the second out.
Johnny Roseborough was the catcher. Growing up on the West Coast, folks, I was very much in tune with those Dodger teams in the 60s.
Well, of course, 65 was the year Roseborough and Marichal
right
had that horrible incident. Can you imagine if that happened today? Marichal taking his bat and clubbing it over the head of Johnny Roseborough. He was suspended for 8 games.
Yes.
If it happened today, he might be banned for life.
Well, there was talk. They know Juan did not get into the Hall of Fame, and Juan was a Hall of Fame pitcher, but
right.
That incident, I think, kept him out of the Hall of Fame. He didn't get inducted till later, and you know, Juan's one of the great right-hand pitchers of all time, and actually a very class act too. And I love Juan, gentleman.
By the way, speaking of Marichal, we have two Dominican pitchers facing each other today, De Duno and Montero, and I didn't know this until I read this today. As Murphy strikes out, that Marichal in 1960 was the first Dominican pitcher ever to start a game in the major leagues.
I did not know that.
Isn't that amazing?
Wow. What year?
1960.
Wow.
No score after one. Book your holiday party on or before October 15th, and Metropolitan Hospitality will provide a photographer for your event with a complimentary CD of the photos following the party. Contact their event professionals today at 718-507-3663 or visit metropolitanhospitality.com. Astros fan has been located. He's got the mixed uniform message there.
The
old shirt and the new hat.
The stinky uniform.
Dexter Fowler leads off the second inning and grounds one back to Montero. Nice snag by Rafael. One pitch and one out. Well, the big game in the National League this afternoon was in Cincinnati, where the Reds really gave the Pirates a hard time. They went up 3-0. They fell behind late. They came back. And then Ramon Santiago, of all people, little shortstop, had a walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 10th. And the Reds beat the Pirates 10-6.
And that Cardinals right now have that 1.5 game lead. They're playing later tonight in Arizona. They can pretty much
their
lock it up.
One.
They can lock it up.
Win. And here's the interesting part about that, I think.
Talk to me.
Jason Castro, the batter, with one out. Remember last year, the Dodgers clinched the National League West in Arizona.
Yes.
And they celebrated by jumping in the pool at Chase Field.
Yes.
And the Diamondbacks got all bent out of shape about it. Well, the Cardinals are in Arizona tonight with a chance to clinch their division at Chase Field. Do you think the Cardinals will go for the pool if they win?
I say no. They're a class act. I've never been a Dodger fan.
I bet you dollars to donuts they're in the pool. Castro takes it low, so it's a game and a half. The Cardinals only have to win. Of course, the Pirates are in the postseason. If the Cards clinch the division, it'll be San Francisco at Pittsburgh in the wild card game on Wednesday. And that will be the second straight year the Pirates will have hosted the wild card game.
Now you do realize, folks, I know the Brooklyn Dodgers there are a lot of Brooklyn Dodger fans out there, and as a result they're Met and Dodger fans. I grew up I want to remind you, I grew up in San Francisco, so you know what that means.
It means you hate the Dodgers.
I didn't hate them. That's too strong a word.
What's the word you would use?
I
despise.
No, I just
didn't care for.
I didn't care for them.
Okay.
They always beat us out. But the one year the Giants beat them out, they had the extra
62.
series.
Yeah, 62.
It wasn't an extra game. It was an extra best of 3, folks. In
1960, 62. But
62.
Same thing as the Giants did with the Dodgers in 51. Right? They had the best of 3 when Bobby Thompson hit the home run. 3-1 to Castro, and he fouls it back. Jason Castro last year had a tremendous season for the Astros. At 276, 18 home runs. He is way down this year, hitting just 221.
Well,
when you are rebuilding your team the way the Astros are, and they've built it from the absolute ground up and got rid of all of their big league players and started from scratch 4 years ago. As Castro pops one up. And Tejada puts it away. When you do that, you have to identify the guys who are going to be your cornerstones. And sometimes it's hard because the Astros identified Castro as one of their absolute cornerstones. He's not a great defensive catcher, but they figured he's going to be a big offensive catcher, especially based on what he did last year when he was an all-star. And then to have him take such a big step backwards this year at age 27, that makes the rebuilding process that much more difficult.
Best laid,
knowing how to go forward.
Best laid plans of mice and men, but you've got to give him another chance next year to bounce back. It's always difficult for a player the first time he has success. You know, you can sneak up, no one's expecting anything of you, and you have a terrific year. Then you go into spring training the next year and it's expected of you, and that is a little extra burden on the hitter or the pitcher, and sometimes they don't get off to a good start. The whole season could snowball.
Marwin Gonzalez drives one deep to right center field. Back goes Dendecker looking up, and it's off the base of the wall. Marwin Gonzalez putting a charge into one. He's got himself a 2-out double, the first base hit for either side.
Marwin just completely satisfied with just getting a double. Just kind of dropped it into third gear, rounding first base. Short hops the wall. Let's take a gander. He's just content, not even thinking about a triple. I'll just coast in here.
Well, Marwin Gonzalez has played most of the shortstop for the Astros this year, but a guy who can play just about anywhere. At shortstop, though, he is merely a placeholder for the kid who is on his way. Of course, Carlos Correa, their #1 overall pick a couple of years ago, who missed most of this year, injured. Matt Dominguez takes a strike, but they figure by 2016, Correa, who's what, 18 now, 19, he should be in the big leagues. Dominguez 1 for 4 last night. Pulled foul. Of course, having lost over 100 games 3 straight years, the Astros had the first pick in the draft 3 years in a row. Correa spent this year hurt. Appel has been a disaster, and Aiken didn't sign.
That's right.
So that's a huge problem. Fultinovich is in the big leagues in the bullpen. I've been working on that name all day. I can't believe I got it wrong. 0-2 to Dominguez.
Watch out.
Oh!
That's all right, but he held on. Well done. Well,
nobody hurt.
Question: who's going to put those pants, the jeans, in the washing machine?
Montero with the slider strikes out Dominguez and gets through the top of the second. Second strikeout for Montero. No score at Citi Field. against Samuel DeDuno. That's Duda and DeDuno. And Lucas lifts one to shallow left center. Dexter Fowler comes over to get it. One pitch and one out in the bottom of the second.
Fowler had a very busy evening last night. Lots of fly balls. And here he is going after it again.
Remember, he also got drilled in the wrist by a pitch last night and stayed in the game. Swelled up a little bit, they said, after the game, but okay to go today.
He had 5 putouts last night.
Well, here's Curtis Granderson, who had his 20th home run last night. Curtis became only the 3rd player ever to hit 20 home runs in a season for both the Mets and the Yankees. Darryl Strawberry, Robin Ventura, Curtis Granderson. Curtis saw a hot streak late in the year. Over Flores on deck. Last 20 games, Curtis is hitting .366 and has driven in 17 runs in those 20 games. However, it's worth noting that the home run that Curtis hit last night was his first at Citi Field since the All-Star break. And, you know, we talked about it briefly last night, but it seems more and more certain that the Mets are going to move the fences in again somewhere in right or right center, in part to enhance Granderson and David Wright's ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark. How do you feel about that?
I can deal with from the Xerox sign over to the StubHub, where it goes concave, angles back to the Mo zone. I can see truncating that, coming right across. Yes, I can see that, but I would make it rounded. I would not make it a right angle, a straight line. Give it a little bit of a bow. I hate the new stadiums like Philadelphia. All the stadiums used to be arced in the outfield. All the new stadiums today, a lot of them are right angles across, and it takes away from the close play at the plate. You got to see so many runners on second base on base hits being held up because you haven't got a deep gap. It takes away from the excitement of the game.
Rolled down to first, and Carter makes the play on Granderson. Well, the reason I think that most of the stadiums are like that is because if you have the straight wall like in Philadelphia or even at the new Yankee Stadium, it brings the fans in the outfield closer to the game as opposed to where it bows out. Those outfield seats are so far away.
I don't think they had the fans in mind, Gare, to be honest with you. I think they have home runs in mind, which I think is on the minds of the Met brass here too, and that's fine. You can truncate that area there. It's still a big ballpark from the right center field with 390, 408. But I can see them doing that. And really, you're talking about bringing the fans closer. It provides more space to get more people in the Mo zone if you want to sell more refreshments. More bodies.
2-0 to Flores. Well, of course, the flip side is if you bring the fences in, your guys might hit more home runs, but the other guys might hit more home runs too. And my feeling is if you're building this team around pitching and you have the best center fielder in the game, I'm not sure that it works in your favor to make the dimensions smaller. It might work in favor of a couple of players on your team, but it might not help your team overall. 3-1.
Wow, when I played, I never had that kind of power. I mean, not power, hit home runs.
I understood. You meant juice.
Right.
You didn't have juice. You have it now.
Jeez. I was like bending over backwards to accommodate.
Three and one to Flores. And Wilmer pulls one down to third. Nice backhand stop by Dominguez, but the little bobble and then the wide throw enables Flores to reach safely. Well, Dominguez made a nice stop, but trouble with the transfer and the throw.
He makes a nice backhand here and then just gets all tangled up on the exchange. Yep. Shoot, what was the dimensions in Shea Stadium? The right field line, was it 330 or 4?
Well, it was first 341 and then
Yes.
it moved into 338.
I would have liked it to have been 330. Shoot, I should have gone to Frank.
And it was 371, 396, 410.
I should have went to Frank. I said, Frank, I want a 330 down there.
Well, you had your moments of trying to get your way. There's the bobble by Dominguez.
Yep. He had all that dirt in his throwing hand too.
You're going to charge an error to Dominguez.
Really? I would have given Wilmer a base hit. Okay. That's a home book base hit right there. Well, he did bobble it, but.
Well, you know, they've got the committee now. You can take your case to the committee if you're Wilmer Flores and try and get it overturned. It seems to be happening more and more. The committee is set up by Major League Baseball for scoring decisions, and any player can take his case there without having to go through his team.
I can honestly,
which is helpful, by the way, because you get those situations where an error might help the pitcher and hurt the fielder, and you don't want to pit teammate against teammates. So this way, the team is not really involved in choosing sides.
Well, Red Foley was the official scorer the great majority of the time when I played for the Mets, and he was a tough one. He did not believe in giving a home book hit. I used to get on him when he walked through the clubhouse and just needle him a little bit, jokingly. But there were very few players, folks, when I played, maybe I can count them on one hand, that were instances of they got on the phone in the game and called upstairs. And that was a rarity I can count on one hand in my 17 years, and it was always shocking to hear. And it was always a star.
Well, you know about the classic case of that at Shea Stadium. Mets were playing the Cubs, and the Mets gave up 7 runs in the top of the first inning. And during that inning, Bobby Bonilla had been charged with an error. And after the 7-run inning, he got on the phone to the press box to complain about the error. There's ball 4 to Recker, and the Mets have 2 men on. He claimed he was only calling to inquire about Jay Horwitz's health.
No.
Oh, that's what he said.
Prevaricating.
You think? That to me was the most egregious example, just because of the circumstance. So an error and a walk put 2 men on, and now Ruben Tejada. Ruben 0 for 3 last night. Dayduna badly misses with a curveball.
So you see Dayduna in the first inning with 2 strikeouts with a wicked breaking ball, and just now you see the second inning, the inconsistency. Can't maintain. There's a million guys that have been up and down, come in the side door, come in the front door, come in the back door with great stuff, but never are so erratic and never able to harness it.
Well, Dayduna was never better than last spring, not this past spring, but spring of 2013, when he pitched for the Dominican Republic in the World Baseball Classic, and he was the star of that tournament. He went 2-0 with an 0.69 ERA and won the championship game against Puerto Rico in that World Baseball Classic. And really, it was thought at that point that he was going to burst on the scene with the Twins and be a big time pitcher, but it hasn't worked out that way for him.
Sweet.
Nice pink glove. They're big Austin Mahone.
No, the fingers go inside, honey.
Toward the middle of the diamond, Gonzalez knocks it down. Now trying to score Flores, and the throw by Gonzalez will have him by a mile. Well, Gonzalez did exactly what you have to do with 2 out and a runner at second. He kept the ball on the infield, and when Flores tried to score from second, he was a dead duck.
Well, early in the game, I liked trying this, being aggressive. But like you said, Gary, knocked the ball down with a runner on second base and knew the wherewithal that there was going to be a play at the plate. Didn't take that for granted.
Infield hit for Tejada, 6-2 on the put out at the plate, and we have no score after 2.
Well, early in the game, 0-0 ball game. Watch Tough, lower left. He gave him the go sign. And why not? Take a chance. He's out by a mile. Pitcher's in the on-deck circle. Give it a shot.
Yeah, I think that's really the key consideration. You got the pitcher up next, so even if you have the bases loaded, your scoring chances are minimal. So Flores gave it a shot. Gonzalez made a good throw, and he was out. Jake Marisnick leads off in the 3rd inning. We saw Matt Dendecker score from second on an infield hit in Washington the other day, but the difference there obviously is that Dendecker is so much faster than Flores. Duda should have plenty of room, and catches the pop-up from Marisnick for the first out. Well, the big games tonight are in the American League Central, where the Tigers lead is 1 game over Kansas City. The Royals clinched their first playoff berth in 29 years last night. Huge celebration among the Royals, and a lot of their fans made their way to Chicago for that game. Detroit is out to a 1-0 lead on a Nick Castellanos home run. They're in the 3rd inning against the Twins. Deduno, the pitcher, who's 0 for 5 in his career.
And the Royals have a chance to have a better record than Oakland and get a home field advantage if they win out and Oakland loses
well,
to.
They're 1 game ahead of Oakland.
Right.
And they have the tiebreaker. There's a long drive that's going to get to the wall. Deduna's first big league hit, and he legs it to second, takes a turn, and he'll hold on there. So Samuel Deduno crushes one for his first big league hit, and that's got the Astros bench very excited.
Fastball down the pipe, outer half. Let go with one hand, hit the ball that far. And that always gets the bench up and happy and jovial. And you're right, Gary, I was totally wrong. Oakland is a game behind, so that is still, both teams have something to play for. It's so crucial to have home field advantage.
Well, Oakland hasn't clinched a playoff berth either. They're 2 games up on Seattle, so the Mariners still have a chance if they win their last 2 and Oakland loses their last 2
that'd be tough.
Force a 1-game tiebreaker on Monday.
That would be an El Foldo.
Well, Oakland's been pretty foldable over the last 6 weeks. They're in Texas tonight with Jeff Samardzija on the mound. Seattle is home against the Angels. Seattle won last night, hitting 3 home runs. They'll have young James Paxton on the mound. The Angels have home field wrapped up throughout the postseason, so they don't have anything to play for. Angels with 98 wins, the most in the majors. Jose Altuve would be next. 1-1 to Grossman, who grounded out to short his first time up. Here's the American League wild card. Well, Kansas City's in, and that's the big deal in Kansas City. I mean, they've had the longest drought not getting to the postseason of any team in the 4 major sports. Last time they were in the postseason, it was when they won it all in 1985 behind Brett Saberhagen.
Well, you're talking about it's the same subject, but talk about Oakland. Remember, Oakland beat Texas. It would be sweet revenge. They're in Texas in this weekend series. Remember, Oakland got in and knocked Texas out. That could be sweet revenge for Texas. They could knock Oakland out, but Seattle's got to win too. I don't think it's going to happen.
Swing and a miss, and Grossman down on strikes. Third strikeout for Montero. Well, the A's took the first game of that series last night behind Scott Kazmir, who had really been pitching poorly the second half. Right. He pitched a gem last night.
Drop the back shoulder. Your bat angle will follow your shoulder, and you can't hit a pitch above your waist. He'll swing right through it, as did Grossman. That is one thing for you parents that are teaching your kids to hit when they're young, when you're formulating their habits, and you don't want them to get bad habits. And if they're big kids and they're bigger than everybody else, hitting home runs in Little League, the other kids are going to catch up to them. Have them make sure you have them swing level on high fastballs, pitches high in the strike zone. Do not let them swing up.
This would be a good guy to watch.
Yes.
223 hits this year. Why would he try to bunt? 2 out and a runner at second.
I agree.
That's a terrible play.
Now you're 0-2.
But just from a team standpoint, you're the best hitter on your team. You've got a runner at second and 2 out.
Agreed. You can look at Murphy at second base. There's 2 outs now, but way deep. There's Tom Lawless, the interim manager for the Astros. Still can't get used to the Astros being in the American League. Very sad. I'm very nostalgic, Gare, about the Astros and the Mets coming up together in the National League in '62.
I know a lot of the fans feel the same way. Of course, for most of the time growing up, the Astros were a huge pain in the Mets' side.
Yes.
Even when the Mets won it all in 1969, they couldn't beat the Astros. The Astros beat them 10 of 12 that year.
They were also a huge pain in the fanny for the Giants back in the 60s.
Top to short. Tejada comes in, has to hurry against Altuve's speed, and he got him by half a stride to end the inning. So DeDuna picks up his first big league hit with a double, but Montero leaves him stranded. No score in the third. smoke against the lights, huh? Somebody having a barbecue? A lot of young folks on hand tonight, because you know what happens after the game tonight.
Yes, and I will miss that, unfortunately.
You are not going to stay for the Austin Mahone concert?
No, and I have engagements tonight in the city, and I cannot let these people down, my friends.
You know, you could have brought them out here to share in the music, share in the scene. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by Chevrolet, proud sponsor of the New York Mets. Rafael Montero looking for his first big league hit. Samuel DeDuna just got his. Montero 0 for 10 in his brief big league career. Matt Dendecker on deck, and then Eric Young in the home third. We mentioned earlier that this is a matchup between two pitchers born in the Dominican Republic. It's the 24th game this year in the major leagues, featuring two starting pitchers born in the Dominican. Second time it's happened today. Francisco Liriano and Alfredo Simon earlier today in Cincinnati. We all know that players from the Dominican have played a larger and larger role in Major League Baseball over the last couple of decades. But this year, Major League Baseball set a record 455 games started coming into today by pitchers born in the Dominican Republic, and that's a new record.
Well, it's a whole new demographic. Strike three, fastball on the inside corner. When I was playing coming up, the predominant amount of players came out of Puerto Rico, more so than Dominican and Venezuela, but less Venezuelans. It was hardly, I can't remember, a Panamanian, and but mainly from Puerto Rico. Now that has changed.
But I think also that in the first couple of generations of Dominican players, there were very few pitchers. I mean, we mentioned the Marichal in 1960, so that's 13 years after Jackie Robinson was the first Dominican pitcher ever to start a game.
You mean Juan Marichal?
Did I not say that?
I think you said Jackie Robinson.
No, I said Marichal was 13 years after Jackie Robinson.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So, you know, that's I didn't know that.
That's stunning.
I would have thought it had gone back much further than that. And I think that, you know, we saw a lot of great Dominican players over the last few decades, but more and more great Dominican players are taking the mound in the big leagues, and that's why they've set a record this year.
I think we're going to see, more of an influx of the Cuban players, and I'm all for that. We've always heard back in the 70s, Garrett, that the players in Cuba that could not get out, particularly back in those days, 60s and 70s, that they were just terrific players, and we're beginning to see it now.
Well, more and more of the better players now are getting out. Dendecker rolls one for Altuve. Nice hop for him. 2 out.
I just think Puig is a terrific player, terrific hitter. I haven't seen much of Abreu.
Boy,
but what a year.
Can he hit? Wow. Yeah, and the Red Sox just gave that big contract to Rusney Castillo, who's come up now in September and already hit a couple of home runs. And there's more on the horizon. Eric Young takes a curveball for a strike. EY struck out his first time up.
He's got stuff. That's why he's picked up at 31 years of age, not having a good year at Minnesota. So he's a diamond in the rough. But you know what? When you're throwing all this breaking stuff, you got to command it. You can't throw it over the middle, and you got to throw it for strikes. And if you have a game where you got it working, you're going to throw a good game. But if you're if you are majority of the time erratic with it, you're going to have all kinds of problems.
Chopper for Gonzalez, and that retires the side. 1-2-3 inning for Deduno after 3. No score. Mets and West Islip native Nick Tropiano, who says he should have over 100 people in the stands rooting him on tomorrow. Family and friends.
Good.
He's Stony Brook product. Chris Carter leads off in the 4th inning against Rafael Montero and takes a slider off the plate.
Cologne would be nice for him, I'm sure. If 15's a nice number. 15 wins would be terrific for a team that's under 500.
Carter hits it sharply, but right at Tejada. 1 out. So Rafael Montero rolling along. For more on Rafael, let's check in with Steve Gelb. Steve?
He's rolling along tonight, and he's really been pitching better a lot lately, but Rafael Montero certainly didn't burst onto the scene the way, say, Jacob deGrom or Matt Harvey did. But don't get it wrong. The Mets still say they're pretty high on this guy as a starting pitcher moving forward. I was speaking with Paul DePodesta today. He heads up the scouting and player development, obviously, for the Mets. And he was telling me that when you look at Rafael Montero, you've got to remember he was playing in the Dominican Summer League back in 2011, and he has rocketed through the system faster than DePodesta's ever seen someone that young coming from the Dominican Summer League. He said if at the time that they signed him, you would have told the Mets front office that at this point in 2014, he would have had half a year in Double-A. They would have been thrilled. So they're really happy with the fact that he's getting some time here at the major league level. Now, moving forward, there's been talk about possibly moving him into the bullpen next year. What DePodesta told me is they still really like him as a starter. Any move to the bullpen would be more so along the lines of how, like, the St. Louis Cardinals do it, where they move some of their future starters into the pen, get them some experience at the big league level, always with the intention of moving them back into the rotation.
Of course, the story with Montero that we've repeated a lot. I mean, most players out of the Dominican sign when they're 16. Rafael didn't really take baseball seriously until he was 17 and didn't sign until he was 20, which is very unusual, and that's why at age 23 he's had so little minor league experience.
And he's still young, and there's nothing wrong with him going back to AAA for more seasoning, Garrett.
I'm not sure exactly what the Mets' plans are, and Steve gave you a little bit of that. I'd be shocked if they put him in the bullpen.
I would too.
I think he represents important depth in the Mets rotation. And, you know, if he has a great spring training, who knows? Maybe he could even make the staff coming out of spring. Certainly he was very impressive this spring. Fowler drills one into right field for a base hit. So Dexter Fowler has the Astros' third hit of the night, a one-out single.
The only way I can see a possibility for Montero to next year to be in the bullpen is if there's a rash of injuries in the pen.
Right.
And they've got to plug the gaps.
Or if they make a big trade and trade from their bullpen depth. I mean, we talked about the possibility of that last night. But the bullpen, the way it's set up right now, it would not figure that Montero would be there, at least not at the start of the season. It would make more sense for him to go back to AAA and be a starter if he doesn't make the starting staff out of spring training. Here's Jason Castro, who popped it short his first time up. Popped up in foul ground. Murphy coming over, has room. 2 out. Well, this is what Montero did a lot in the minor leagues, and we have not seen a lot at the major league level. Get quick outs. Guys around the strike zone, gets guys to put the ball in play early in counts, and as a result keeping his pitch count down. You go back to his last start, the one where he beat Colorado. He pitched great, but he threw 106 pitches in 5 1/3.
A little better hitting that lineup.
Right.
Colorado, even though they did not hit when they were here, but nonetheless they got some quality hitters, even though Tulowitzki and Cargo were out of the lineup.
But tonight, Montero staying away from the deep counts, staying away from the walks. He walked 4 in that start against the Rockies. Here's Marwin Gonzalez hit a long double to right center his first time up. High strike to Gonzalez, and that might have been a cross up right there. There you see what Montero's done at each level, and obviously struggled early in his major league career, but has kicked it in gear. You go back the last 2 starts and 2 relief appearances that Montero's made, he's got a 1.29 ERA, so things have gotten a lot better.
32 starts in AAA, 3.31 in Las Vegas. That's nothing to be sneezed at.
Certainly compares favorably with some of the other Mets starters in AAA this year, including their best prospect, Syndergaard.
He's still a young man. It's a song. Tower of Power.
Don't remember that one.
You're still a young man.
Would you care to hum a few bars?
No. Later. Maybe the 7th inning stretch.
Instead of Lazy Mary? Never would want to replace Lazy Mary. Fowler at first. He stole a base last night, and so Montero will keep an eye on him, and Fowler going back in awkwardly.
Oh, came off the back, could have turned an ankle. See, if you're a left-hander and you got the glove in the right hand, it's a natural swing back to make the tag. Right-hander's got to go. It's an awkward tag.
Recker thinking about throwing behind Fowler after he made a false move towards second. He might just stay put now.
Very nice crowd on this final weekend of the 2014 season, Gary. And another one, number 9 for us. How about that?
We're turning into like Garvey and Lopes and Russell and Say.
Well, that's right. We were called up late.
But a team that has stayed together. We're losing one of our
Yes.
Starting infield, but
Kevin.
Just have to call somebody up from the minor league.
Kevin sent me a voice message today. He's in Chicago.
Did he get there okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
You know how badly the air traffic is messed up in Chicago. There goes Fowler, and that's a strike, and no throw by Recker. I think Recker thought it was going to be ball 4, but Will Little, the home plate umpire, made a late call. Recker wound up holding onto the ball.
I didn't think it was that late a call. I think that you can't assume here. Let's watch. No, that's a good. That's a proper call. He just wasn't vocal, and if you've got an umpire that is not vocal with his strikes, you just can't take anything for granted.
So now a stolen base for Fowler gives him 11 for the year, and a 3-2 count to Gonzalez.
Gonzalez really holds that bat down low. So I'm not going to bother. Here goes Recker to have a chat here. I'm not going to bother Kev because he's prepping for the Bear game, and that's a big game. And I'm going to give him a call early next week after the game, Monday or Tuesday, because I didn't get a chance to be in Washington in the final.
This little send off. Well, we did our send off last week when we were home. It was quite a festival, the Kevin Burkhardt farewell party.
Did you do it on the rain out? Did you have a dinner on when the game was called prior to the doubleheader? Did you do it that night?
It was Tuesday night after the game.
Okay.
It was a good time had by all. 3-2 for Montero, and Gonzalez lays off and stopped the swing, and it's ball 4. So there's the first walk given up by Montero, and the Astros have 2 men on.
Well, baseball has become the old American League as far as pitching is concerned, and it's all pitching what we would call in our day backwards, which I think is an inappropriate way to put it. If you can get away with throwing 3-1, 3-1, 2-0, 3-2 secondary pitches, great, you're going to win. But if you throw lollipops up there or you miss, you're going to get yourself in trouble. And the most pitchers cannot make quality pitches behind the count.
Here's Matt Dominguez with 2 out and 2 on. And that sails over Recker's glove. Another cross up, the second one of the inning, and Recker needs another conversation after that wild pitch.
I think we need to maybe first pitch after 1 now. That is definitely a cross up.
Recker looking for the local, got the express.
Now, is that going to be ruled a pass ball or a wild pitch?
They just ruled it a pass ball, which is crazy.
I don't think so, because it was catchable, even though it's a cross up. It's not a pitch over his head. What do you think, Doug? What's your opinion over there?
Fan named Doug walking through the booth.
Yes. Wave. Hey.
Thanks,
hey,
Doug. Enjoy the game.
How are you, Slugger? They love it, the wave. Those kids they can see us in the booth here, and they always come up during the game and wave.
You're much nicer to them than you used to be. 1-0 to Dominguez, and there's a slider for a strike. 1-1. I don't want to talk out of school, but when we used to go to Houston all the time, in Houston there were fans right in front of the booth.
Yes.
And there was this one time that a guy, I don't know, 3 or 4 rows in front of us, but right in Keith's line of sight to the field, turned around to hold up a baseball card and said, "Keith, can you sign this?" right in the middle of the game.
Yeah, and I was polite at first, and then I snapped. And I let him have it. Both barrels. It's like, gosh.
I miss going to Houston, by the way.
I do too.
I like that ballpark a lot.
I do, and I kind of like. I wish we had stayed downtown. I kind of like
we
downtown.
did the first year that it was Enron Field. We stayed downtown. It was great. 2-1 to Dominguez, and the breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 2-2.
On that Galleria hotel, geez, those rooms were as old as dirt. Oh, the only thing good about it was the mall.
That's why we stayed there. Wow, Jose Abreu just hit a 2-run homer against the Royals in the bottom of the first. White Sox 3, Royals nothing. That's huge for Detroit. 2-2 to Dominguez, up and away. That's 36 home runs for Jose Abreu, who will be a runaway winner of the American League Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Looked at early in the season as though he'd have some competition from Masahiro Tanaka. Tanaka made the start for the Yankees today. Second start back from the elbow problems, and he got crushed. Knocked down in the second inning, gave him 7 runs. Certainly the Yankees hope he'll be fully healthy for spring training. And Dominguez draws a walk. So now the bases are loaded.
Well,
second straight walk for Montero.
I'll repeat myself. Here we are again. 3-2 breaking ball, 3-2 changeup. The other pitcher to Deduna.
How much do you think the cross up and the pass ball affected Montero and his pitch selection from that point?
Well, he had an open base. You don't know what the thinking is. It's not exactly murderer's row up this lineup here. You've got the batter up was Dominguez, and he's hitting 216, and you're throwing a 216 hitter, a 3-2 slider. You want to give me the 216 hitters? I'll pitch. I'll go after him. Yeah, Altuve's okay. Not these guys with these BAs with a Stratomatic card. They got maybe one hit on a Strato card. 216. Come on, throw the cheddar. Eight gloves out there. Sorry.
That's okay. That's what you're here for.
216 hitter.
Here's Jake Marisnick, a 254 hitter. Marisnick, of course, came over in the trade from Miami and has done very well for the Astros. This is his 50th game with Houston, hitting 279 coming into the day as an Astro. Fowler, Gonzalez, Dominguez, the base runners with 2 out. 21 pitches already in the inning for Montero, who's walked the last 2 hitters. And Dominguez takes a fastball for a strike. Marisnick, and it's 0-2. Confusing my Dominguez instead of my Marisnick.
Yeah.
I think your rant threw me off.
Well, was it a rant?
Well, it was a pointed comment.
Well, we're less than 48 hours for those seasons to be finito.
Less than 24, my friend.
Oh, that's right. They gained them all.
0-2. Struck him out.
Thank you. Fastball, Gary.
Montero went right after Marisnick. His 4th strikeout, and the Astros strand 3. After a couple of walks, Montero was done fooling around. Marisnick down on 3 pitches, no score.
And that was a 254 hitter.
Replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcast, the MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Get At Bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store or visit MLB.com. Daniel Murphy struck out his first time up. No score as we start the bottom of the fourth. Murph going through a late season skid, just 2 for his last 27, and it's seen his average drop below 290 for the first time in a while. Murphy, Duda, and Granderson for the Mets in the fourth against DeDuno, who's allowed just 1 infield hit. And Murph bangs one off his leg, 2-1. So the Tigers lead the Twins 1-0 in the fifth. And the White Sox still batting in the bottom of the first, leading the Royals 3-0. If Detroit wins and Kansas City loses, Detroit wraps up the American League Central. And I wonder about this. One's hit back to DeDuno, and he throws out Murphy one away. I wonder, going back to what we were talking about last night, Kansas City, rightly so, celebrated big time after clinching their first playoff appearance in 29 years, but they still have the bigger prize to play for, and you wonder,
a letdown.
Does that celebration lead to a letdown the next day?
But a team that has been out of it that long, they have a right to be happy about being in. But there's still work to do. And you know what? It's the first inning in Chicago, and it's 3-0. They can come back. We'll see.
Here's Duda, who flied to center his first time, and he takes a curveball for a strike. St. Louis is underway in Arizona. No score in the first. Cardinals can clinch the NL Central with a win. Ball and a strike to Duda. So the Giants are just waiting. They're going to be going on the road for the wild card game to play either the Pirates or the Cardinals. Probably now the Pirates. 2-1 to Duda. Remember, this is an even numbered year. The Giants won it all in 2010. They won it all in 2012.
You're right.
Do they have enough this year?
I don't think so. I think Washington and the Dodgers are superior. I don't know about the Cardinals. I'm not sold on the Cardinals.
Duda to stop the swing, 3-1. The thing about the Giants, when they won, they had such great starting pitching, and their starting pitching is just not as reliable once you get past Bumgarner.
I'll tell you what, the Pirates are the hottest team in the National League, and they can be murder.
Drilled to center field, but right at Fowler. 2 out. So Duda hit it hard, but to no avail. Well, to me, the Nats are head and shoulders above everybody else. I mean, you look at their starting pitching, they have no holes. Their lineup is better than just about anybody else going to the postseason, top to bottom. Their bullpen, I have some questions about, because, Storin, especially with the bobble he had in the postseason 2 years ago. But I would have to make them the prohibitive favorite to get to the World Series.
I agree, and if Storin can rise to the occasion, I like their bullpen. But he'll go in with the question marks because of his past posts blowing up in that was it 2 years ago against the Cardinals? He blew up
in Game 5. Yeah.
And but their lineup is good, but it's a nicely formed lineup. They got the guys in the middle that are the RBI guys. They got the speed at the top, and Span and Rendon, who I think is going to be one of the top hitters in the league. Two good 1-2 guys that are table setters, and then your 3, 4, 5, 6 are good RBI guys.
And even once you get down to 7 and 8, guys like Ramos and Cabrera, I mean, that's a great lineup.
Yeah. They don't play a base at a time, wait for the 3-run home run, which was the old American League, which is what we see a lot in today's game, which absolutely is a big snore.
Full count to Granderson with 2 out. To me, the Dodgers are the wild card. I mean, they've got Kershaw and Greinke, which gives them a leg up, to get through their first round. But
what about Ryu? Is he done?
Well, we don't know whether he's going to be in and or effective.
It's tough to read.
At strike 3. Anderson did not think so. Young home plate umpire Will Little prompting a reaction you rarely see from Curtis. That'll do it for the Mets in the fourth.
I thought it curved around the plate. It did.
4 strikeouts for DeDuno and 1 upset for Granderson. No score after 4. A big shot on the center field scoreboard as you look at the AT&T fan photo. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful baby.
Put a blanket over her.
I like the knit cap. Isn't that nice?
Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. They're so angelic. Little cherubs.
Going to get a pinch hitter, Samuel DeDuno, making his first start since June. So he is done after 4 scoreless innings. And John Singleton would bat for him. Anyway, they just put up a shot on the center field video board of Austin Mahone.
Yes.
Going to be in concert later tonight. Reminding the fans that the concert will follow the game. And the biggest high-pitched squeal came from the stands. I mean, thousands of little girls on hand here tonight just thrilled about the idea of seeing Austin Mahone.
Like Donny Osmond?
Well, he's the Donny Osmond of his day, the Justin Bieber of this generation. Good change up by Montero, 1-1.
Now they're laughing at me in the truck
again. Well, because
I'm just not contemporary.
You gave something of a dated reference. I mean, you could have gone with Backstreet Boys or In Sync or One Direction or but Donny Osmond, that's a good one. That was a while ago.
It was a heartthrob.
David Cassidy.
Yes. Thank you. Partridge Family.
Bobby Sherman.
Bobby Sherman, you're going way back.
Well, Bobby Sherman and David Cassidy, they were contemporary.
Ricky Nelson.
That's even further back.
Yes.
I thought the Mets marketing department did an outstanding job tonight. You know what they did before the game?
Yes, I was here. Of course I do. You go ahead and tell the folks.
Another good changeup by Montero. They brought in cheerleading squads from across the metropolitan area. There's some of the young ladies who were out on the field before the game demonstrating their moves, and the cheerleading squads played right into the prime demographic for Austin Mahone. I thought it was brilliant marketing.
And those young ladies, the whole outfield, folks, was covered with these cheerleaders. And then the Jet cheerleaders came out and were in front of them, and they got to do their, and they were all in sync. All ages, different ages. It was very, very, very nice. Much better than the band last night.
I don't recall what that was.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention.
Strike 3 called. Singleton is caught looking. That's strikeout number 5 for Montero.
Oh, Gary, it's getting close. We're almost halfway through.
Are you going to be nostalgic when the season ends?
Well, we have to close out.
tomorrow.
You and I.
Yeah.
I got a speech prepared.
You do?
No.
Oh.
I'm formulating things right now.
You want to jot down some thoughts, some bullet points about what you want to cover in your valedictory? Robbie Grossman takes the changeup low and away.
Now, when did you start Seton Hall?
Mid-November. It's going to be a great year for the Pirates.
You're excited?
Oh, very excited.
Good.
It's going to be my 12th year doing Seton Hall. Grossman yanks one foul down the right side.
And you have a month then, so are you going to a little over a month? You're going to go on vacation with Lynn?
I will be glued to my couch.
Okay, you're
going nowhere.
You know what?
Postseason baseball. Maybe get out, catch a Jets game.
I'm not going anywhere myself. I'm going to stay the month of October here because you know what? We travel so much, and Gary does more travel than me because he does more games. It's just nice to be home, isn't it?
Lined into center field, a base hit for Grossman. Well, Keith's off-season plans are.
I like the hunt. I like Richard III there.
Well, you talked about how you wanted to cycle. I don't know about the hunting.
The hunting is in the net yet. I'm going to get. See, that's why I don't hunt.
I love the bear.
I'm going to scuba dive and get. Now I'll be doing that.
But it's not going to be gardening season.
Well, you got to cut back and fall. So you can't leave the gate open.
Oh, here's Altuve, who's 0 for 2 tonight. And Montero moves him back.
By the way, speaking of gate, I have people that take. I can't do my backyard and everything when I'm during this season as I travel so much. So Maggie takes care of it, and her workers kept one of the gates open like around 5 days last week. And I'm ready to go to the ballpark, and I got this big deer in my backyard, and he's eating. I got stuff that this deer friendly in the back, and I had to chase him out. And if I'd have missed him, he would have had a field day.
Did you have an implement to help?
No, he saw me and
ran out.
He ran. Nice.
Sharply to third. Murphy to Flores and on to first. Beautifully turned 5-4-3 double play. Altuve with a one-hop bullet, and Murphy with a nice stop to start it. Good turn by Flores in the middle, and the Mets turn 2 to get Montero through the 5th. nice play.
Well, we always felt Murph. Now watch Murph here go to his right. Watch the footwork. Doesn't get cross-legged, shuffles over, sidles really, and plants and throws. Nicely done. And a nice play by Flores because the throw was low and he was a little tardy getting there, and nice recovery. Nice double play.
Flores has looked very good
he
around
has.
the bag.
Agreed. Agreed.
And Flores will lead off for the Mets in the home fifth against the new Houston pitcher. Right-hander Jake Buchanan comes in after Samuel Deduno allowed just one hit in 4 innings. Buchanan started a couple of games earlier this year. Sinker ball pitcher out of North Carolina State. Flores takes a strike. Buchanan, 25 years old, which would have put him in Raleigh, what, a little after John DeMarsico, our Wolfpack alum, in the truck.
John's very dangerous. Kind of keep an eye on him in the future. The loose cannon.
Anthony Recker waits on deck, and then Ruben Tejada against Buchanan. So good outing for Deduno in his first start as an Astro. 65 pitches, 4 scoreless innings. Just the one infield hit by Tejada, the only mark against him. Walked 1, struck out 4. Flores reached on an error his first time up. And he flies one deep to right. Marisnik is playing shallow, but gets back to grab it. One away.
Too much airtime. Really Delmonte, as in corn.
Your Jeep 5th inning recap. Rafael Montero, his first start in 17 days, and he's looked very good. Deduno done after 4, and no score. Here's Recker, who walked his first time up. Chop toward the hole, cut off by Dominguez. 2 out. We talked about how Altuve said he's going to play no matter what at the end of this batting race. Justin Morneau came into the day with the National League batting lead by a point, and Morneau is sitting tonight for the Rockies.
Well, I did not look today at the league leaders, and that is shame on me.
Well,
so Morneau had to have a.
He was a 319, Harrison 318. I have to look and see what Harrison did this afternoon.
Okay.
As the Pirates lost to the Reds 10-6.
So Morneau was, I believe, was 317 yesterday, and Harrison was 319. So Harrison probably bought a caller.
That was last night.
Yeah, last night, and then Morneau probably got 2 for 4. So there's a nice race for the batting title, and it would be back-to-back for Colorado.
Harrison went 1 for 4 this afternoon.
So he dropped.
Stayed at 318.
Okay.
So Morneau is still a point ahead, but that might not be great strategy sitting out tonight.
No. Got to play, unless you're hurt.
And it's not like he's resting for the postseason. Rockies aren't going anywhere. Looking at the quotes from Walt Weiss, he said he would consider sitting Morneau out on Sunday.
Really? What's going on?
If it might help him win the batting title. 1-2 to Tejada, and Ruben goes down on strikes. So a 1-2-3 inning for Jake Buchanan, and the zeros continue. We go to the 6th at Citi Field. Mets and Astros, no score. Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealers. Visit them on the web at searchmercedes.com. No score as we start the 6th inning at Citi Field. Chris Carter will lead off for the Astros. Carter's 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out. And he breaks his bat as he flies one down the left field line, foul. Chris Carter with 37 home runs, 21 since the 1st of July. Let me amend that, 24 since the 1st of July, which is the most in the major leagues. Carter was originally drafted by the White Sox, wound up in Oakland. They traded him 2 winters ago to the Astros in the deal for Jed Lowry. And Carter, 29 home runs last year, but a better hitter this year. And he goes down swinging. 6 strikeouts for Montero, who's having himself a good night.
Fastball.
So all the contending teams that have something to play for tonight are down right at the moment. Minnesota scored 4 runs in the 5th inning in Detroit and still batting and leading the Tigers 4-1. The White Sox lead the Royals 4-2 as they go 4-0 as they go to the 3rd. And the Cardinals trying to clinch the NL Central are down 2-0 in Arizona. That game's in the 2nd.
Well, the Cardinals are in a better position than the other 2 teams, Kansas City and Detroit. That's a little you'd be surprised what happens when it gets down to the nail biting time.
Remember, in 1999, the Mets were 2 games out of the wild card going into the final weekend. They were playing the Pirates. They were 2 games behind the Reds, and the Mets needed from Milwaukee, which was not a good team that year, to knock off the Reds, and they did 2 days in a row. And the Mets won the first 2, and they went into the final day tied, and then both teams won, and they had a 1-game playoff. But you know, sometimes the spoilers really can spoil. 3-0 to Dexter Fowler, and then swinging on 3-0 with a big cut.
Well, I can remember my first time we contended in St. Louis, and we won. That was '82. When we beat out the Phillies and really won it the last week of the season. And I remember that September, until we clinched, was the longest 3 weeks of the season. And I went to Gene Tennis and Jim Cott, who were my teammates, both veterans. I've been to the World Series, and it was the first time for me in a real stretch run. And I got their counsel.
Fowler with a number, and it goes.
Uh-oh.
Well, right to the bag, and it'll stay fair. How about that? Ball appeared for all the world to be heading foul, and it never wavered. A base hit for Fowler.
That had to have some English on it. No, it didn't, and it just went to the right. It looked like it was going foul, and then it went. Started bowing to the right.
It looked at some point as though it was going to veer off, and it never did. Making dots in the chalk all the way down. Look at that.
Look at that. Not even a bad hop. I tell you what, the ground crew here is awesome. Great infield guys.
That's the 5th hit against Montero, and certainly the least hard hit of the 5. Jason Castro has been up twice, popped up both times. Yet another team that has something to play for, Oakland, trailing in Texas 2-1 there in the 3rd. Oakland needing a win or a Seattle loss tonight to clinch a postseason berth. So Detroit, Kansas City, Oakland, and St. Louis all trailing right now. Just off the inside corner. 2-0 to Castro. Montero has walked 2. He struck out 6, allowed no runs and 5 hits. Marwin Gonzalez on deck. Fowler stole a base in the 4th inning. And draws the throw. One of the things the Mets have to play for over these final 2 days, they'd love to finish in second place. Coming into the day, the Mets, the Braves, and the Marlins all had the exact same record. Tied for second, three-way tie. Miami lost this afternoon to Washington. Atlanta's tied 2-2 with the Phillies in the sixth.
It'd be nice for the Mets to finish in second place.
A distant second, but second
So
nonetheless.
Nonetheless.
2-2.
Well, they've just been pounding Castro inside. He can't get the barrel out. Tying him up.
Well, Buddy Carlisle gets up in the Mets bullpen. With Montero up to 87 pitches. Remember, Montero hasn't made a start in 17 days. So they're probably not going to push him too much farther than this inning. 2-2 to Castro. With Fowler at first and one out. And again, record sets up inside, and again Castro gets jammed and fouls it off. Minnesota wound up scoring 6 runs in that 5th inning in Detroit. Twins are now up 6-1 going to the bottom of the 5th. Twins beat them last night 11-4. So Minnesota has broken out the bats at Comerica Park so far this weekend.
He's playing the role of the spoiler.
Again, the 2-2. The slider fouled off. Well, one thing the Astros are trying to accomplish very quickly once the season ends is to hire a new manager. The current interim manager, Tom Lawless, got his interview today, and so did their third base coach, Pat Listach. He also interviewed for the job today. There have been a lot of other names mentioned. Jeff Bannister, the Pittsburgh bench coach, apparently has had a couple of interviews. A.J. Hinch, the former Arizona manager. Torey Lovello. I mean, they've got a laundry list of guys they've been talking to, but they want to make a decision rather quickly. They let Bo Porter go about 3 weeks ago. 3-2. Fowler at first and one out. He's running. And Castro drills one toward the right field corner. Fowler racing around second. He'll be waved home as that ball dies at the wall. Fowler scores easily on the double by Castro, and Houston takes a 1-0 lead in the 6th.
Well, pitching Castro inside the first 2 at bats and this 3rd at bat, and this one bleeds out over the plate. Look at the setup inside. Didn't get it there. Right down the pipe. And ripped, and with Fowler on the loose there, you can forget it. Fowler can fly. He can fly. And this is an automatic. You could put this one in your back pocket. He's got those easy gait, long strides. And here's the swing on a pitch right down the pipe. Full extension, I bet. Yes, sir. And a low ball. Low ball hitter.
And that's going to be all for Rafael Montero after 91 pitches. After that extended at bat to Castro. Terry Collins is going to make a double switch. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Verizon. Nice job by Montero. He takes his exit. We'll be right back. Season for the Mets. He was a late September call-up. Buddy Carlisle, who's had a renaissance year, on to pitch.
He's got great numbers. He has pitched. The last time out was that first game of the doubleheader in Washington on Thursday. And he has been terrific. He's another guy with a rubber arm, a go-to guy.
Jason Castro with the RBI double, providing the game's first run. Marwin Gonzalez at the plate. He has doubled and walked tonight. So that fortunate hit by Fowler that hugged the third baseline winds up helping to be the undoing for Rafael Montero, who goes 5 1/3, allows 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 6. 91 pitches for Montero, but all in all, a job well done tonight. And Gonzalez smacks one toward left center. That's down for a base hit. Castro to third. He's going to be held up there. Dendecker's throw goes to second. And the Astros have runners to the corners. Castro is very slow, but he could have scored easily on that ball.
Well, he had a poor read. Very, very poor read. And if that's me, and that's a ribeye steak, I hit a line drive left center field. Got a score on it. Let's go. You can see him right there. Just too late a read. Come on. Oh well, I'm getting very critical tonight, aren't I? Calm me down, Gary. It's almost the end.
You're more fun this way.
It's too taxing. If I did 105 games like this, I'd be a wreck. I'd have a nervous breakdown.
Here's Matt Dominguez, who struck out and walked. Runner goes and then holds up. Marwin Gonzalez started towards second, then slammed on the brakes as Dominguez fouled it off. So you got Wilfredo Tovar playing shortstop for the Mets now. Tovar, you remember last year, was back home in Venezuela and got the call late in September when the Mets had injuries late in the year. I remember Tejada got hurt right near the end of the season. This year, Dilson Herrera got hurt. And again, Tovar was back home in Venezuela and got the call. And here he is, his first appearance. 0-2 to Dominguez. It's not something that normally happens. Generally, you either get called up the 1st of September or when your minor league team's done, or not. But Tovar has been in the right place 2 years in a row. He is considered the best fielder among all the Mets minor league middle infielders. To Dominguez. And it's too high. Jake Marisnick, the number 8 hitter, on deck. Carlisle looking for the double play ball. Just foul. Went to a ball game, saw an Austin Mahone concert, and I even got a baseball.
Well, they haven't seen the concert yet.
Well, they'll be out there.
Oh, he's got the Met blue glass frames. Very nice, young man.
Very stylish. 1-2. Line toward the middle, caught by Flores, and both runners get back. That hit hard by Dominguez, and Flores able to get over and grab it. Now there are 2 out.
No. You knew one thing. Carlisle wasn't going to throw the 216 hitter a changeup. 3-2.
So 2 out, runners at the corners for Marisnick, who has fouled out to first and struck out 0 for 2. Castro at third, Gonzalez at first. A run home for the Astros here in the 6th. And Marisnick swings through the fastball, 0-1. Alex Presley has come on deck for Houston. He'll pinch hit if Marisnick keeps the inning going. There's Presley. The Cardinals just got a run in the third on a Johnny Peralta sac fly. Arizona 2, St. Louis 1 in the third. Cardinals trying to clinch the NL Central.
St. Louis is going to win that game. They're just going to get it done.
It's Lance Lynn against Wade Miley. Miley had the great rookie year last year, and just it's been a very different kind of season for him this year. So much has gone wrong for the Diamondbacks.
Well,
which is why, of course, they're all their brats have paid with their jobs.
Well, they got up that horrific start, and we were there, Gary, in Phoenix together, and they looked terrible. And they pretty much stunk it up all year.
For a while, they poked their nose out of last place, but they will end up finishing last. They will avoid 100 losses, but only barely. Arizona's lost 97 going into the final 2 days. Okay, we've been practicing all day. Mike Foltinovich,
you got it,
is up in the Houston bullpen. Did I get that right? Okay. That's Foltinovich in your scorecard. One-two, runner goes, swing and a miss. Marisnick strikes out to end the inning. So Buddy Carlisle comes in and douses the fire. Houston gets just the one. They lead 1-0. Did Keith Hernandez record his first and last career hits? We had a little issue about the first one.
Yeah, I was wrong. I know what it is now, but my last hit I don't know.
Well, we'll find out eventually, won't we? Alfredo Tovar, first at bat of the season for the Mets. Came in the double switch in the last half inning. And Alfredo takes a big cut. 0-2. Alfredo had 15 at bats with the Mets last season and hit an even 200. Broken back grounder. Gonzalez to his left. Throws out Tovar, one away. So 1 out and nobody on. Jake Buchanan has retired all 4 hitters he's faced in relief. And now back to the top of the batting order, third time around for Matt Dendecker. The Mets have managed just 1 hit tonight. That was an infield single by Tejada in the second. They managed just a run on 5 hits last night. Dendecker tonight has been up twice and grounded out to the right side both times. Jake Buchanan out of North Carolina State. And the rookie throws a curveball outside for ball 1. And true to Keith's word, the Cardinals just tied up their game in Arizona, 2-2 in the third.
They're gonna take care of it. Mark my words.
Texas just ended a run. They lead Oakland 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. That works in Seattle's favor. The Mariners about 5 minutes from starting against the Angels. They need Oakland to lose to stay alive. Kansas City still down 4-1 to the White Sox in the 4th. Tigers still down 6-1 to the Twins in the 6th. 2-1 to Dendecker. And that fouls away the fastball. 2-2.
Matt needs to get his sights up the middle. Pulling off and pulling too much.
By the way, I don't think we've mentioned, and we should, that Kirk Neuenhuis, it turns out, is a lot sicker than we thought. He's in the hospital. Apparently has some kind of an infection and is being treated for that. So our best wishes to Kirk, who is not going to be able to play the last 2 days of the season. Curveball misses 3-2. And you know, Dendecker and Neuenhuis together and separately form a, you know, an interesting, I don't know if you'd say dilemma, but 2 guys who are 27 years old. They're not kids. Dendecker's had a nice finish to his season in terms of getting on base, but hasn't hit for much power. And Neuenhuis, that's drilled down the line, a base hit for Dendecker, and that'll go back to the wall. Matt races for second, and he's in standing with a 1-out double.
He's shown flashes of what he can do when he had the nice season. Remember, when he was called up, he was leading the Pacific Coast League in hitting.
Well, that's his 10th double. Those are his only extra base hits. No triples, no home runs, and 148 at bats. So Dendecker has, I mean, he's completely revamped himself as an offensive player. He used to be a big strikeout guy, and he's not that guy anymore. Now a much shorter stroke, much more of an on-base percentage guy. So you've got that from Dendecker. Neuenhuis, on the other hand, in his opportunities, has the highest slugging percentage on the team.
With limited play.
Right. Now, both of them have had limited play, and I guess that leads to the next piece, which is if you look at Dendecker and Neuenhuis at their ages with their limited playing time, but what they've accomplished, you go into the offseason thinking one of those or either one can be a regular player for this team next year, or do you profile them as backups and try and find a corner outfielder? Slap to the left side. Dendecker will advance. Gonzalez with a running toss in time to get Young for the second out. Now, if you're thinking about going into the free agent market to try and get an outfielder, Yasmani Tomas is the latest Cuban defector who's probably going to command a $100 million contract, big power guy.
And you said he's a big guy, doesn't cover. He's not a good defender.
Cruz, of course, has hit 40 home runs in Baltimore. He was a free agent last year. Michael Kadire has been injured most of this year after winning a batting title last year. Michael Morse had a great first half of the season for the Giants. Seth Smith, Grady Sizemore, who I can't imagine the Mets would be interested in. Melky Cabrera, Colby Rasmus. I mean, that's the class of free agent outfielders, which is not to say that you couldn't acquire an outfielder in a trade. So all of that is food for thought. Double switch coming up for the Astros. Kevin Chapman will come in to pitch. Pitching change brought to you by Wise Snacks. We'll be right back. Ninth, the new pitcher Kevin Chapman will bat seventh. Chapman pitched last night, went 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit and a walk to his cousin Matt Dendecker. They'll face Daniel Murphy here with a tying run at 3rd and 2 out.
Chapman, I don't have to look at a computer, came in 2/3 of an inning and he threw all sliders. And there's a hanger.
Diving stop by Carter. And Chapman covers in time, and that keeps a run off the board and keeps the Astros in front. Carter, not known for his glove, makes a nice play. One pitch by Chapman, and Carter makes sure Murphy can't drive in the tying run. That gets us through 6 at Citi Field. Astros 1, Mets nothing. Astros, Bartolo Colon against Long Island native Nick Tropiano. Our coverage begins at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon, right here on SNY. Seventh inning, 1-0 Houston. Gregorio Petit just into the game in a double switch will lead off for the Astros in the top of the seventh. Petit came off the bench last night and went 1 for 2. And takes up an in from Buddy Carlisle. Buddy got the final 2 outs in the 6th inning behind Rafael Montero, who gave up a run and 6 hits in 5 1/3 innings. Walked 2, struck out 6. Petit, then Grossman and Altuve against Carlisle in the 7th. Up and in, 2-1. Hit sharply, another hot shot handled by Murphy. 1 out. So Petit retired, 1 out and nobody on. Now Robbie Grossman coming up. Grossman 1 for 3, single to center his last time up. So Carlisle, after giving up a hit to his first batter Gonzalez, has retired 3 in a row. And Grossman takes a strike. Jose Altuve waiting on deck. Let's check in with Steve Gelbs.
Well, Gary, it was kind of a bittersweet day yesterday for Jose Altuve, and I would imagine a bunch of Venezuelans across the major leagues, as Bobby Abreu did announce that this would be his final season. Altuve actually is from the same hometown as Abreu in Venezuela, clearly much younger, but he was talking to me yesterday about how in Venezuela, Bobby Abreu is one of the guys that every baseball player always looks up to. Abreu was really part of that first wave where a lot of Venezuelans started coming into the major leagues, as Grossman lines out to left field there, 2 away. Altuve comes up to the plate now. But what Altuve was saying is that, you know, Abreu's always been so nice and giving in terms of his time whenever the two of them met. And Altuve is such a different player than Bobby Abreu, a diminutive infielder who is a righty, whereas Bobby Abreu obviously a left-hander, an outfielder, a bigger guy. But he said the one thing he always tried to emulate was his plate discipline. He used to ask Bobby Abreu, how do you stay so disciplined at the plate? And Abreu's answer was always the same. He would say, just swing at good pitches. Easier said than done, but I think Altuve's certainly got the hang of it right here.
Well, Abreu is a guy who has been a great mentor for the young players in the Mets clubhouse, particularly Juan Lagares, Wilmer Flores, and will have a lot to offer some team as a hitting coach.
He had a wonderful career, great on-base percentage, great eye at the plate.
He's the active career leader in walks, the active career leader in doubles. He's had a very underrated career. Altuve lifts one to right, and Granderson is there to play it, and Altuve, who's chasing a batting title, is 0 for 4. Carlisle pitches a 1-2-3 inning. That takes us to the 7th inning stretch. 1-0 Astros. Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealers. Visit them on the web at searchmercedes.com. Home 7th inning. Mets down 1-0. Lucas Duda leads off against Kevin Chapman. Duda had a base hit against Chapman last night, a single to left center. He's 0 for 2 tonight, hit a bullet to center field that was caught his last time up. Chapman retired his only hitter, Murphy, to end the 6th with the tying run at third. And the slider misses 1-1. So Altuve, we talked about him being in the batting race. When the day began, Altuve was 6 points ahead of Victor Martinez. He was at 342. Martinez at 336. Altuve has gone 0 for 4. He's down to 340. In Detroit, Victor Martinez 1 for 2. He's up to 337. So that 6-point lead is now a 3-point lead.
All Altuve needs to do is stay away from the collar, which he has tonight. At this stage of the season, when you got 600 at bats, high 500s, your average goes up really a point a hit. So if you go 4 for 4, you're going to raise 4 points.
One infielder on the left side. That's Petit, the spinning throw, and he one-hops it right on target to Carter. Beautiful play by Petit for the first out.
Well, second night in a row, Petit has come in late in the game, and it pays off here. Knew he had to just throw a long hop to the first baseman. Easy pick. Nice play. The tough part of the play was the throw.
Well, Chapman has faced 2 batters, gotten 2 fine defensive plays made behind him. One by Carter to end the 6th. Now one by Petit to start the 7th. Brent Strom, the pitching coach, going out to talk to him now before he faces Granderson as you watch that play by Petit again. Terry Collins was singing the praises of the Astro pitching coach Brent Strom earlier today. You look at Jose Veras up in the bullpen. Strom was Terry's pitching coach in the Dodgers organization. He worked for the Astros when Terry was managing Houston back in the 90s. And he called Brent Strom one of the absolute best in the game, and a guy who's really done a lot of work with the mechanical side of pitching, works with pitchers on their fundamentals of fielding, backing up, pickoff moves, and really had nothing but incredible praise for the one-time Met right-hander Brent Strom.
I cannot remember Brent Strom. What year did he pitch for the Mets, Gary?
70s.
Okay, that's going ways back.
Yeah. Curtis Granderson takes outside. 1972, Brent Strom pitched for the Mets.
I was not up then.
Double-A that year?
No, A-ball, my first year out of high school. I was in St. Pete, A-ball.
Granderson has grounded out and struck out tonight 0 for 2. Toward the middle of the diamond, but that's where Gonzalez is stationed. So the shift working perfectly for the Astros, and they're 2 out. So 2 out and nobody on. And now Wilmer Flores coming up. Brent Strom on the phone. Brent pitched at USC in that great program for Ron Dayton.
Yes.
He was the 3rd overall pick for the Mets in 1970. And just pitched briefly for the Mets in 72, then had some time with Cleveland and San Diego. Tom Lawl's going to make a pitching change here, bringing a right-hander to face Flores. So Chapman faces 3 batters, retires them all. Veras will be coming on. Pitching change at Citi Field. We'll be right back. Brought to you by Mazda. Conviction, creativity, courage. This is the Mazda way. By Cholula Hot Sauce. The flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap introduces the new green pepper sauce flavor. Pick up the perfect punch of jalapeno and poblano today. And by Bob's Discount Furniture, proud to be the furniture store of the New York Mets. Veteran right-hander Jose Veras will take over the pitching for Houston.
Well, Veras has been where? Pittsburgh, Yankees, everywhere. Great slider. Always been the issue. Look at the walks, the BBs. 27 walks, 44 2/3. Too many walks.
Veras now 33 years old. Comes in to face Wilmer Flores with 2 out and nobody on. Flores is 0 for 2 tonight. And takes the breaking ball for a strike.
Well, there's that breaking ball. He's always had a great breaking ball, and he loves to throw it.
This is Veras' second tour of duty in Houston. He has pitched for 8 different major league teams. He was with the Cubs earlier this year.
So he comes in and throws 2 wicked pitches to Wilmer to get ahead 0-2. Wicked slider, outside corner knees, and then a fastball outside corner knees. This is what he's capable of doing. He can make you look really, really bad at the plate, and then he can walk the ballpark.
Breaking ball popped up, and Gonzalez goes out to grab it, and the Mets are done in the bottom of the 7th. On to the 8th we go. Houston 1, Mets nothing.
Detroit.
Verizon trivia question. Which pitchers did Keith get his first and last hits against?
Sosa. Oh,
now wait a second. I thought it wasn't Mike Caldwell. Wait a second.
We're getting. My last hit was off Bert. How about that?
Well, that was in your American League days. Well, now Elias told us earlier this year that you got your first hit against a relief pitcher,
and I thought it was off.
Sosa,
I thought it was off Caldwell.
Well, clearly we have a difference of opinion, and we're going to have to research this. If Baseball Reference says one thing and Elias says something else, it's almost like crossing the streams. You know, you can't. The world might just blow up.
It could be world peace.
Jerry's Familia comes in to pitch the 8th inning. Going to have to get our stat guy on it to confirm one way or the other. Chris Carter rolls one down to third. Murphy takes his time and throws perfectly. 1 pitch and 1 out. That could be the last Cholula of 2014.
Why?
Might have run out of hot sauce.
We can't do that.
Well, we can get a new bottle. I think we should go for the green pepper sauce.
Yes, the final.
Now Dexter Fowler is 2 for 3. Fowler had a base hit and stole a base in the 4th. In that 4th inning, the Astros loaded the bases, but Montero got out of it with a strikeout. Then Fowler, his last time up, dribbled one along the third baseline that hugged the chalk agonizingly, put dents all the way along the chalk mark, almost all the way to third base, and somehow stayed fair. And then Fowler raced home from first base on a double by Jason Castro for what, to this point, has been the only run of the game. According to Baseball Reference, and guys in the truck are checking, they're saying that you got the hit off Caldwell and then Sosa came in the game. So now we have to hear from Elias. We're going to go to Bob Waterman, who's the source of everything that is knowledgeable.
Now, Bob, 20 words or less.
That's a major challenge right there.
See, I knocked the pitcher out again. Got a base hit and sent him to the showers.
You can look at that several different ways, you know.
I remember Sosa coming in that game. I remember my base hit being a ground ball to right field between first and second. Hard hit ground ball.
You pulled it.
Yeah. So, but it could have been off Sosa. It's a long time ago. I was 20 years of age. I was as old as Dilson Herrera. Think about that.
You were just a callow youth, wet behind the ears. You were closer to the demographic for an Austin Mahone concert.
Very close, but unfortunately that was the days of Cream, Traffic, Jefferson Airplane.
I vote for that.
And there was no Donny Osmond then.
No, but there was Paul Anka. 1-2 to Fowler, and he flies one out to right, and Granderson waits for it. 2 out.
Well, always talk about the deceptiveness of Familia. He kind of recoils when he pitches. He hides the ball well, and he can throw hard, and you got the great slider.
Well, this might well be the last time we see Jay Reese Familia this year. It would be unlikely that the Mets would pitch him back-to-back days at the close of the season, and it has been a spectacular rookie year for Familia, who struggled early in the year, but took a lot of counsel early in the season from Jose Valverde when he was in the Mets bullpen. And Valverde, if he did nothing else for the Mets, seemed to help Familia gain some command and use his overpowering stuff more effectively. And he has settled into the 8th inning role, and who knows what awaits him next year. Will he be the 9th inning guy?
It'll be open season in spring training. Be very competitive.
He's facing Jason Castro, who drove in the only run of the game with a double to right field against Montero in the 6th. With the early lead on James Paxton of the Mariners. If the Mariners lose or if Oakland wins, the Mariners are done.
And Oakland has fought back in that game in the 6th.
Down 3-2. Familia ahead 0-2 on Castro. Just missed with that slider. 1-2.
Oh, good.
Astro just got a piece of that one. Am I hearing that Bob Waterman is not responding to the challenge? It's not like Bob to shrink into the corner.
Bob, I hope I didn't hurt your feeling. You can expound. Bob should come to the booth. We should put the phones on him.
There's only an inning and a half left in the game.
We need a break.
I'm just saying that might run out the clock.
There's no clock in baseball.
Swing and a miss, and Familia, if that is the end of his season, finishes with a flourish, striking out Castro. 1-2-3 inning for Familia. What a great year for the rookie. DeGrom, Darno, Familia. That's three pretty good rookies. Beautiful night in New York. Boy, the weather has been superb this season. We've had very few overly hot days. We've had very few cold September nights.
I heard on the radio that there was only one day over 90 this summer.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Right.
Jose Veras stays on for the bottom of the eighth. He got the final out of the seventh. Anthony Recker will lead off. Bobby Abreu's on deck to bat for the pitcher. And then Wilfredo Tovar for the Mets in the home eighth. Mets have managed just 2 hits tonight. An infield single by Tejada in the second. And a double off the bat of Dendecker in the sixth. Each time the Mets got a runner to third, but were unable to bring him in. Recker has walked and grounded out 0 for 1. Samuel DeDuno started for Houston, went 4 innings, allowed no runs and 1 hit. Jake Buchanan, probably pitcher of record on the long side, an inning and 2/3, no runs, 1 hit. Kevin Chapman worked an inning, retired all 3 of his batters, and now Veras. That's a call strike.
Well, we'll see how Veras fares this inning. I told you he's very erratic his whole career. Quick work with Flores. 3 pitches, all nasty.
Record takes a curveball down. Now Record's got a track record in these spots late in games, getting a hold of one. Anthony's hit 7 home runs this year, and he tends to hit them in tight spots.
Veras reminds me a lot, and not as extreme, not as of Marmol, who with the Cubs and had a little stint with Miami, and slider, loved his slider. I think Veras was a more controllable pitcher than Marmol. Marmol was just, just hard to fathom.
But Marmol also had days when he was unhittable.
He had better stuff.
Right.
But, geez, he threw hard and just wanted to throw a slider all the time.
Three and 2 to Record, leading off the 8th.
Confirmation.
Oh, a mea culpa from Elias.
It was off Mike Caldwell. Top of the 9th. It was my last at bat.
You knocked him out of the game.
So I saved an offer. That was the year Caldwell went 14-3 or 12-3 on the year. Had his best, one of his best seasons. His first really good season with the Giants. Of course, in '82 with Milwaukee, he had a big year.
He did. Big part of that staff took the Brewers to the World Series in '82, only to be disappointed. It has something to do with that. Recker hits one out to left, coming on Grossman. 1 out. So Recker is retired, 1 away, and now Bobby Abreu with the penultimate appearance of his major league career. He's almost certain to be in the lineup tomorrow. I think Terry Collins wants to send him off with a start tomorrow in his final big league game.
Okay. Not at the expense of our young players.
Well, I think what will happen, my guess, and Terry hasn't said this, but my guess is he'll start him, and then at some point in the game take him off the field so he can get one more ovation. Abreu takes a strike. Strike to Abreu. And Bobby swings and pops one up. And a chance for Grossman. 2 out. So 2 batters, 2 fly balls to left field, and Veras has the first 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Now Wilfredo Tovar for his second at bat. Tovar grounded out to short, his only turn to the plate. Well, the Twins have added a run in the 8th inning. Now Minnesota 9, Detroit 2.
Detroit's going down.
So it looks like the Tigers are going to lose, but Kansas City wanted to take advantage, trailing 4-1 to the White Sox in the bottom of the 5th. Tovar drives one deep down the left field line and just fouled.
Wow.
Wilfredo Tovar that close to his first big league home run. Drive around the majors brought to you by Cadillac. Jose Abreu, his 36th home run, has the White Sox up on the Royals 4-1 in the 5th. Detroit down 9-2 in the 8th, and St. Louis still tied 2-2 with Arizona. That game is now at the bottom of the 5th. Cardinals clinched the National League Central with a win after the Pirates lost this afternoon. Well, that was one large swing by Wilfredo Tovar.
They'll keep the ball away now. They'll try to. That will be the plan. You don't want to give up a long ball here at a 1-0 game in the 8th.
And Dendecker would be next. One from Veras, and the curveball misses. 2 balls and a strike. Coming up tonight after the postgame show, it's Geico Sports Night. Joe Girardi got angry at his players before Derek Jeter's last game in the Bronx. That's the big news. Gonzalez circles in to get it. Throws out Tovar, side retired. Mets are down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. And so we go to the 9th. It's the Astros 1 and the Mets nothing. Bobby working on his stroke. Maybe he's planning a comeback.
BB?
Yeah, did you see him? He was working on his batting stroke.
He's got to stay away from those cyclone fences.
Well, that, you know, people don't know this. People of this generation, as Henry Mejia will pitch the top of the ninth, they do not realize how great a player Bobby Valentine was and what a great prospect he was when he first came up with the Dodgers.
Absolutely. And what stadium was it?
It was in Anaheim, right?
Where he caught his spike in the Cyclone fence, and it's Candlestick Park.
And he was an infielder who moved to the outfield and was not all that accustomed to playing in the outfield.
Candlestick Park had Cyclone fence too. The old Candlestick Park, very dangerous. Bobby got his spike caught, and that was
broke his leg in several places.
Yep.
And,
compound break.
Right. And you know, he had a nice career, but he was never the star player that he was expected to be after that happened. Alex Presley on deck to bat for the pitcher after Marwin Gonzalez leads off in the ninth. Bluffing and a bunt, takes a strike. Gonzalez on base 3 times tonight, a single, a double, and a walk. Mejia in what will probably be his last appearance of the season. 28 saves, establishing himself as a closer after starting out the year in the rotation. Won that 5th starter's job in spring, but couldn't get deep into games, and Mets reshuffled things. Hit to short, right at Tovar. And Gonzalez retired 1 out.
What's the update on Victor Martinez, his night, Gary?
Let me see if I can check that out for you.
Victor, of course, is chasing Altuve for the batting title.
Last check, he was 3 points behind after starting out his night 1 for 2, and Altuve going 0 for 4. Victor is still 1 for 2. So he's still at 337, and Altuve at 340.
So he'll probably get one more at bat, and
this is Alex Presley, the pinch hitter.
Got a 4-point lead or a 3-point lead with 1 game to play. I think you're in the driver's seat.
Well, again, if Altuve were to sit out, he would be almost guaranteed to win the batting title, because Victor would probably have to go 4 for 4 or something of that ilk. But Altuve has made it very clear he's not going to sit out tomorrow, no matter what. He might get another at bat in this inning, but the Astros would have to get a couple of men on. Tony Sipp looks like he's going to get the closing opportunity for the Astros tonight, with the Mets scheduled to send up left-hand hitters in the ninth. Sipp worked 2 innings last night. And Presley takes a strike, 2-1. Marisnick waiting on deck. The Astros 1 run, 7 hits. The Mets no runs and 2 hits. Mets had just 1 run and 5 hits last night. Out to center. Den Decker back. 2 out. And if you go back to the second game on Thursday night when the Mets were blanked by Gio Gonzalez, in these 3 games the Mets have 1 run and 10 hits.
Pizza cake for Den Decker. It's a great angle for you folks. Watch Den Decker track that semi-line drive.
So 2 out and nobody on. Now Marisnick, who has fouled out and struck out twice. He's left 5 runners on base in his last 2 at bats. And chops 1 foul. In the bottom of the ninth, the Mets will have the top of the batting order coming up. Den Decker, Young, and Murphy. And then if anybody gets on, Duda, and that's why they've got the lefty Sipp up in the pen.
Well, you turn Young around on the right side. His best side is his left side. And the 2 left-hand hitters. Good slider right here. Resnick has already struck out 2 times tonight. Struck out 3 times last night. My goodness. It's a tough series so far for him.
Plays off that slider. 1-2.
Oh.
All set for the concert. Already boogieing and getting down.
You got it.
Third time Marisnick has struck out tonight, so Mejia, if that's his final appearance, finishes with a flourish as well. Now the Mets will try and get him a win as they come up to the bottom of the ninth. Top of the order, Mets down 1-0. Looking to rally in their final turn at bat. Big crowd gathered waiting for the Austin Mahone concert. Mets would like to send them into the concert with a walk-off win. Young ladies all ready for their
Look at that.
heartthrob.
They got their pom-poms. They still called pom-poms?
Yes, they are. Got cheerleading squads from all over. Tony Sipp will try and finish things off for the Astros.
Well, he pitched in last night's Wago. And did he? Yes, he did. He had a nice 2 innings. Jeez, so he's
6 up and 6 down. Eric Campbell will bat for Matt Dendecker, leading off in the last of the ninth. Dendecker had one of the Mets' 2 hits tonight. And Campbell flies one to left center, playable. And Fowler over in the gap to get it. 1 pitch and 1 out in the last of the ninth. And Campbell hoping to jump Sipp on his first pitch and tie up the game, but comes up short. And now Eric Young will bat with Daniel Murphy on deck. The last time the Mets lost a 1-0 game was all the way back on May 15th. That was Jacob deGrom's major league debut. The Mets were shut out 1-0 by Chase Whitley and the Yankees.
Wasn't Headley?
No, that was Whitley. I think he was making his debut that night too, wasn't he?
Not sure.
Against deGrom. First start anyway. Eric Young 0 for 3 tonight. Turns around about right-handed. And he goes after the first pitch and fouls it back.
Well, it's a 1-0 game. It's not like it's 3-0.
Well, except that he was not a home run hitter.
If he hits one in the gap, it could be trips.
It could be. Mets would take that. Daniel Murphy on deck. Lucas Duda behind him. That's trying to avoid being shut out for the 13th time this year. Ball and a strike to Young. Well, if you're interested in the battle for second place, Mets, Marlins, Braves were all tied for second going into the day. Marlins lost this afternoon. The Braves are up 4-2 in Philadelphia in the bottom of the ninth. Young smashes one deep left center, headed back toward the wall, and it's off the base of the fence. Young around second. He's going to try for three, and he's going to make it with the Keith Hernandez predicted triple.
How about that?
Go to Vegas, my friend.
Oh,
Go
boy.
to Vegas.
That's right. On the crap table. Ride me. 7. Up and in fastball turns. Not playing deep, the outfielders, and they should have been playing a little bit deeper. Overthrow the cutoff man, and you know one thing about Eric Young, he's always hustling.
Well, that's got this Young crowd in a frenzy. 5th triple of the year for Eric Young. Brent Strom, the pitching coach, heading out to the mound before Sip faces Daniel Murphy. Well, EY had been just 2 for his last 28 before smashing that one. He's only hit 1 home run this year. He came pretty close to his second and settles for the triple that puts the tying run at third with 1 out. See what Murph has done with a runner at third and less than 2 out very well, getting that run in 64% of the time. And you have to assume the Astros will play their infield in here.
Certainly.
So Tony Sip, who retired all 6 hitters he faced last night, got his first man tonight, but not the second. And now Murphy looking to get this game tied. By Castro to freeze Young at third.
Not even close with the slider. It's always a little bit dicier for the pitchers to pitch when runners are in scoring position late.
Murphy 0 for 2 against Sip in his career. Including a fly ball out last night. He'd settle for that fly ball out right now. Strike, 1-1. Playing rather shallow against Murphy. If he finds a gap, let's get out the winning run at second base. Flies one out to left, not deep. Grossman comes in to get it, and Young's going to have to stay put.
Boy, he jammed him up and in.
A big second out for Tony Sip. Well, doesn't take much of a fly ball to get Eric Young home, but it takes a little more than that.
They want it up, and it's a good pitch by the pitcher inside and up that beats Murph.
So the Mets are down to their final out. Tying run at third with 2 out for Duda. Lucas has hit 2 balls hard with no result tonight. A line out to center and then a ball up the middle that Petit made a terrific play on.
And playing very shallow for Lucas outfield. I cannot believe how shallow.
Now the Astros moving their infield and a little confused about where to go. Gonzalez moving over to the right side. Duda lays off the slider. Now you got the third baseman Petit playing a good 20 feet off the line, and Eric Young at third. Boy, he gets an opening. Maybe you try and steal home.
I just don't know why you wouldn't put Altuve into the outfield. But you mentioned, Gary, in the first game, the Astros don't do that. They haven't done
it in this series. Zip with his back to the runner at third. And Duda crashes one down the line toward the pole. It's out of here! The Mets win the ball game! Lucas Duda off the foul pole. A 2-run walk-off home run. Game, don't tell those guys. Only the second home run Lucas Duda has hit off a left-hander all year. His 29th of the year, and it's a game winner for New York.
Well, that'll put the crowd in a mood for the concert, and as Gary said, the extra base hits off left-handers for Lucas have been hard to find. And this was right on time. A game ender. Where's the pitch? Wants it away. Down and belt high in. Too much plate. This is a 2-iron right off the foul pole.
Got it just straight enough and just high enough to get it out of the ballpark. Young set the stage with the triple, and Duda walks him off with a 2-run homer. Third career walk-off hit for Duda, and the Mets get even in this final series with the Astros with a dramatic 2-1 win. And that pleases all the Mahomies.
Very nice indeed.
Mets with a walk-off win, and Steve Gelbs is standing by with the hero.
That's right, I am, Gary and Lucas. Listen to this crowd here. Only one game to go after tonight, but they love you right now. How's this feel?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Thanks to the fans coming out.
Shaving cream and the Gatorade bucket. That's a new one.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice right there.
Lucas, you're a guy that hasn't hit off of lefties a ton of home runs. This is only the second one, I believe, this year. But what were you thinking going up to the plate right there?
Just trying to get a base hit. Luckily I hit on the barrel and it, went out.
When you see Eric Young Jr. do what he did and go for a triple right there, are you thinking, I want to get up to the plate here and end this game?
Yeah, that was a great at-bat by Eli. He's been doing it all year. Anytime we need a big hit, he's the guy. So hats off to him.
All right, Lucas, you have talked about this season and maybe getting to 30 home runs. You got one more day to do it.
We'll see what happens. If it happens, it happens. Yeah, if it doesn't, it doesn't. So.
All right, Lucas, congratulations. Thanks.
Thanks.
Gary, back to you.
Well, Lucas Duda had hit just 2 home runs in his last 28 games, but with the Mets down to their final out, Murphy wasn't able to get the run in. Duda got in 2.
Fastball meant to be away and got it in around mid-thigh, almost waist-high, and nice stroke by Lucas. Line drive just around 2 feet inside the foul pole. Well done.
Number 29 for Duda. Record does the dousing, and Lucas plays the hero, his 3rd walk-off hit as the Mets win it 2-1. There's the game summary. Henry Mejia gets the win with a 1-2-3 top of the 9th. Rafael Montero, a fine start. Mets get him off the hook and get the victory as they have gained a split of the first 2 of this series from the Astros. For every Mets win, the Mets Foundation is proud to contribute $2,500 to the Cats Women's Hospital and the Cats Institute for Women's Health. For more information, visit northshorelij.com/KIWH. This win brings the total contribution so far this season to $197,000. Well, the Mets trying to get to second place, and this will help their cause. The Braves just won, so the Mets are tied with the Braves for second place going into the final day. Lucas Duda jubilant, and his teammates do the honors at home plate as Duda's 29th home run, a 2-run shot with 2 out in the bottom of the ninth, lifts the Mets to a nice emotional win before a great crowd tonight.
Yes, a crowd in expectation here of the concert after the game. It's a nice crowd tonight. Lucas gives them a nice little walk-off home run to win the ball game. His 29th, by the way, and that is 88 RBIs now on the season for Lucas. And has only his second home run against the left-handers. Mets were out hit tonight, 7-4, and they waited for the heavy artillery very, very late.
They've only scored 3 runs in their last 3 games, but they got 2 when they really needed it. Mets trying to finish the season strong, and that certainly helps their cause. So the Mets win this one 2-1. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by Ford. For great deals on Ford cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers, visit TriStateFord.com. By Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit Geico.com for a free rate quote. And by Toyota, see where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Final score tonight, the Mets 2 and the Astros 1. Final game of the season tomorrow afternoon. For our total Cologne against Long Island native Nick Tropiano, our coverage begins at 12:30. Now for Keith Hernandez, Steve Gelbs, and our entire crew, I'm Gary Cohen. We'll have the post-game show coming up, but with the season winding down, we want to thank all the people who make these broadcasts possible on SNY.